It's been a little fast and furious, to say the least, since the press conference in January. Just wanted to start off today and just talk about my players and just how proud I am of them, how fortunate and honored I am to be their coach, and our staff want me to echo that as well. You know, these guys have been through an awful lot and have faced some adversity and have responded like champions. And I've been so impressed with the things that they've accomplished in our spring ball, in our summer program, physically, the things that we've asked them to take on, and then just so many little things that are big adjustments for them. I've asked them to trust me, and I'm really proud of the relationships that they've built and how they've bought in to the philosophy, and I'm very, very thankful for that. So I'm excited about the Pitt way. I'm excited about how these guys are starting to do everything they do every day. We have learned 3 completely new systems, offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. And I'm very, very proud of where we're at. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to get them out on the field, and I'm very confident in how they're going to perform. And I can't wait to put it in the left lane and put the hammer down. I'm really excited to watch these guys hit the field. We've got some great players. We've got some great young men that I think are going to do some great things. Also very proud of our staff. And a lot of people don't realize that in that regard that we not all work together all the time. And so there's been a lot of adjustments. And more than anything, I've challenged them each day. It's been a challenge for them to adapt, whether it be our administrative team, whether it be our offense, our defense, our special team staff, is to adapt to the skills and talents of our players and to make sure that we design what we do for them, not just come in and take a playbook and run it. So very, very proud of what they've been able to accomplish as well. And I think the thing I'm the most excited about, man, I think we got a football team that's close. I think we got a football team that's bought in. I think we got a football team that's got a learner's mentality, that are learning each day, whether they're coach, whether they're player, whether they're staff, they're learning each day. And I tell them every day, I don't want the Coach Graham from last year, and I want the new and improved. And I think each person has taken that task on, whether it be myself, Coach McGee, Coach Patterson, Coach Randolph, our trainers, our managers, you name it. I think everybody has gotten better, and everybody is focused on bringing out the best in each other. So I'm excited about that. One of the things that I wanted to address and talk about too is our fans. I want to talk about them today and tell them just how excited I was, and to see their energy, at FanFest. And I can't wait to see them in that stadium. And what I want to ask of them is the same thing. I want it to be the new and improved. I want it to create an atmosphere that's unlike any atmosphere we've ever had at Heinz Field. I can't wait to hit that field. Can't wait to run out of that tunnel. And I want them to know how thankful and grateful I am for their support. It's been overwhelming. It's exciting. That's why I do this, because I love competing and I love being a part of a special group. And the Pitt family is a very, very special group. Talking about Buffalo, Buffalo, very, very well coached football team, a very dangerous football team. Look a lot like some of the teams I had at Tulsa. Very, very skilled. The quarterback is a very, very accurate passer. Watch some of his film back at Cincinnati. They have 3 wide receivers, I think, that are special, that can hurt you, that can make things happen. And they played as good a defense, I think, as any school did last year in the MAC. They did some good things. A very, very well coached football team. I think that this whole game's about us going out and performing. Early in the season, I always am a firm believer that the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win. So you don't beat yourself. We're going to get out there. Actually, we're going to put it in the left lane, put the hammer down. We're going to be high octane about everything we're doing, from how we take the field to how we call the plays to how we execute those plays. The guys are going to play Pitt football. We're going to play the Pitt way. We're going to play with a lot of passion, hard edge mentality. We're going to fly around, and like I tell them in the locker room, I want people to hear, feel, and see Pitt football. And I want them to be old-fashioned football. I want it to be very, very physical. So we're excited, and I'm very, very honored honored to be headed into this week. I can't tell you the anticipation. I told Junk this is the only week that I wake up the same time he does. I woke up about 4:15 this morning, ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to this week with great anticipation, and very, very honored and thrilled to be the head football coach and to lead this program of, I think, a very, very special team. I like this team. I keep telling you guys that I like this team. I like how they're responding. We're going to face some adversity, and I think this team will respond well. Questions? Well, all I can go on is what they did last year. I know that his background with Coach Kelly, Coach Wynn's background with Coach Kelly there at Cincinnati, that he's a believer in the no huddle, and really a similar philosophical approach that we have. I think they didn't get it going as well as they wanted to last year, but they did have some big plays in their offense. And I think one of the things, it's tough. It's not easy. It's not going to be just smooth sailing and easy for us either. I think this is the third time that I've had the opportunity to do it. And, I think the key is to focus on what do you want out of it. And, they're very capable. They struggled at times last year, but they got big play capabilities with their wide receivers. I think they had 3 special wide receivers. Now this new quarterback, Anderson, I think they got a guy to throw the ball deep down the field and be happy with it. But our whole deal, what we're trying to do, for us, and I think it's very similar, is that you got to emphasize something. And I think in the first year, what we're trying to emphasize is tempo, and then be simplex in our scheme and what we're doing, as far as where we're going to be down the line. Just trying to master what we're doing and not try to take on too much. And I think that's the challenge of it. And you always think that you're where you should be, and we'll find out. You get out there on that field and start seeing bullets start flying and see how they react. So they have been a no huddle. I expect them to be, and again, they're a very dangerous football team. But our focus is not on Buffalo. Our focus is on Pitt. We got to go out there, we take care of the football, run the football, play good run defense, don't give up cheap plays, win explosives, and you win football games. You can't have stupid penalties and things like that. So this week, this first game, it's all about going out there. It's all about focusing on us and what we're doing, and we do that, we'll be fine.
Late in camp, you talked about Andrew Taglianetti playing a little bit spur, and now it looks like he's a co-starter. I just wondered.
Well, what that is, so you know, is that naturally, not trying to be deceptive on what guys are playing. And Andrew Taglianetti's a winner. I mean, in every way. I mean, a kid that just does everything right in all areas of his life, and a guy that he's more of a nickel spur. So you're going to see him in the game if it's 10 personnel, 11 personnel sets like that, and then. But he's not a base down spur. Our base down spur would be Todd Thomas and Greg Williams. So we put that on. I didn't want you to, we're playing a team that's probably going to run a lot of 10, 11 personnel, and you go, well, golly, this guy played half the game, or 75% of the snaps, and you didn't list him. So we wanted to list him, and he is a starter in my mind. Tags also as backup free safety, and also the backup, bandit. He's probably the next safety to go on the field. But we will use him in a nickel. A lot like they used Brock last year, moved him down to 10 personnel, not Brock, but Dom, and moved him down in a nickel situation like that. So he's more of our nickel, strong safety, and Todd's more of our true outside linebacker.
Along those lines, you had the 2 freshman cornerbacks listed as backup at safety. Are they still corners or just moving around?
Lafayette's going to play boundary corner and bandit safety. We're trying to bring him along. Kind of how we develop those guys is we play with boundary and field people. So if you play in boundary corner, you ought to be able to learn boundary safety. But right now, he's taking most of his snaps at bandit safety or boundary safety, and he's been progressing well. He's a guy that I think is going to help us this year. And it's a little tougher in the back end because there's a lot more to comprehend. We're running over 20 different coverage looks, and so there's a lot to learn. But he has done very well at corner. But we're pretty solid there with the 3 guys we've got at our corner position. So we wanted to provide a little bit of depth at safety, and we think that the bandit safety is a position that he's going to be his primary position. And he'd also be in depth at the boundary corner position.
Just
going to be your first quarterback in the game if we need another quarterback?
Trey Anderson would probably be the first guy in the game. It depends on the situation. I think it's either or. Right now, those guys have battled, tremendously through camp, but we've got a lot of confidence in both those guys. Probably just depends on the situation. Very different and diverse set of skills. Mark has got a tremendous arm, great thrower, accurate with the deep ball, can really do all the things in the passing game. Trey's a little operator, does a great job operating, very accurate with his intermediate passing game, and can throw the ball as well. So, but the first guy, if something happened, would be Trey.
Coach, you commented on Pitts, but there's two other Woodland Hills players, K.K. Smith and Price. Are they going to play much?
Yeah, one Price is, and you'll get used to it. We use a lot of personnel. He's a starter in my mind. Lindsey is the starting Panther, and then on third down, you'll see Lindsey and Juan Price will be the starting outside linebackers on third down. You guys wear multiple fronts, so you'll see different looks, but those guys will be on the field in third down situations. So Juan is a tremendous talent. Only thing he's got to do is just keep learning what he's doing. Every snap he goes, he gets better and better and better. KK is basically in the starting rotation up front on the defensive line. He plays behind Miles, and what we do and how we attack and how we go after it. Naturally, Miles can't play every snap, so he'll be in the rotation up front. We'll play a lot of defensive linemen to rotate those guys. So Woodland Hills guys are representing well. We're pretty proud of those guys and how they came in. And all three of those guys, I think, are leaders in that class and how they work and how they go about doing everything they're doing. So we're excited about those guys.
One other quick surprise. You have Max and Tristan listed as kind of the order, whereas during camp it was Shane and Tristan who seemed to be shifting a little bit, and Max pretty much just.
Yeah, I think Shane's had a tremendous camp. We consider all three of those guys starters. I think you'll see all three of them play. Max and Tristan, tremendous experience, tremendous knowledge of what they're doing. And executing what we do is somewhat complex as far as the multiple fronts. So it's very, very important. We have an experienced backer in there to get us lined up. Gordon, tremendous physical talent, and we're excited about what he can do. So he's listed as a starter at Sam. Tristan will play some there as well, depending on how he progresses and how he does. But we'll start the game with Shane there, and then Max will be at the wheel with Tristan, the swing guy there. So those are three guys that play inside linebacker, and I think all three of them are starters. But that's why we have it listed that way. I think that's just reflective of just the more potential than anything.
Coach, they start two true freshmen on the left side of the line. Your defensive line is probably one of the strengths of the team. Can you talk about that matchup?
Well, our deal is going into each week is just focusing on our guys and what we can do. And I think that I've told you all along our strength of our football team. We got some really quality people up front on the defensive line. And I'm anxious to turn them loose and see them how they're going to react to what we're doing schematically. We've adapted quite a few things to their talents, and what I tell them, I expect them to dominate whatever week it is. That's the key to us being successful defensively. And I've challenged those guys. The guys have taken the challenge of being the best in the country, and that's where they've set their standards. So the standard's awful high, and I have a great belief in them. And obviously if they're playing as freshmen, they must be pretty talented. Again, that's kind of a lot of things are unknown because a lot of positions are new phases we haven't seen any film on or seen them. But I like our guys up against most anybody with that front. We have a really good defensive line.
Todd, what about your offense?